Why do you think it is that people can want more? Like, let's put it in the frame of want to make more money.
Yep.
And yet they could even get to the point of earning more money. And it always comes back to the same number in their bank account.
Let's be serious about this. So you're talking about they're hitting a particular numerical value in their business.
Yep.
Yet even though that number's going up, they still have no money.
Yeah.
That is probably because they're spending too much.
Yes, and why?
The reason why is because they have this unconscious desire to be rewarded for the hard work they've done.
Yep.
So they're working in a job initially, and let's say they're making $100,000 a year in their job.
Yep.
Yeah? So they're doing $100,000 a year, which is roughly how much a month? I don't know because I don't do maths. I do language.
I've got no idea.
What's 100,000 divided by 12?
Why do I want to say not enough?
Divided by 10. Is it $10,000 a month? I feel like it's around $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
That they're earning in a job. And they go, I'm working and I'm going to save up for a holiday. I'm working, I'm going to save up for that handbag. I'm working, I'm going to save up for that fancy thing that I want. And then all of a sudden, because they get paid, fortnightly probably or weekly in their job, and so they never see a big chunk of money come in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they decide to be an entrepreneur. And depending on what they're selling, they might sell $10,000 in one transaction. And their brain runs the old program of, I don't have to save up. I've already got the money, so I can go and spend it.
Yeah.
Because their unconscious program has not been upgraded to match their new income's ceiling.
Yeah, love this.
So the income ceiling is like this set point that we create where it's like our income can only reach here. It plays out even if our income goes above until we change that identity, their personal reality, their personality, they're going to keep behaving like they're stuck under this ceiling.
Yeah.
And so even if they have a bit of a spike up and they make $20,000 one month, they're still going to only have whatever was left out of $10,000 in the previous months. So they'll double their expenditure purely to limit themselves because their unconscious programs are not yet running the new version of themselves.
Yeah, so this is like, to put it into more layman's terms for our listeners, this could be, for instance, somebody that comes into a heap of cash. Oh, perfect example.
Yes.
Someone wins the lottery.
Lottery winners.
They win the lottery and then a year later they're back broke.
Like
to where they started.
broke.
Yeah, even though they've won fucking $20 million.
Yep.
And then a year goes by and they're back living paycheck to paycheck.
Because when they were poor, they used to sit around and they created this program in their mind of I want. Yeah? When they were poor, they're like, it'd be really cool to have a Ferrari. I'll never get a Ferrari. It'd be really cool to buy a boat. I'll never get a boat. And then they win $20 million and they go, I can buy 2 Ferraris, I can buy 4 boats, and they just go spending.
Yeah.
Buying like crazy because their nervous system, their programming and the neuroscience in their brain, like literally the way their brain functions, has not changed and adapted to the new identity that's required to manage $20 million in your bank account.
Yeah, and to hold that level of wealth, which is really holding that level of energy.
Exactly. So when people get stuck in this ceiling, it's because they have an income set point, right? So sometimes they never spike above that income set point ever. So they decide that their income set point is approximately this amount of money. And they don't ever get over that, even though they're saying they want to.
Yeah, but this is as good as it gets.
Because of the program.
Yeah.
So it's like someone who says, I want to lose weight. And they do all the right things. They join the gym. They do the walking. They eat good food.
They buy the smartwatch.
They buy, the watch that, like this thing, one of these, and they count their steps. And they do everything until something goes wrong. And when something goes wrong, they buy a cake.
Everything goes wrong.
Because cake makes them feel good. And they've got the program of cake makes them feel good. And then it gets even worse. They start creating things that don't make them feel good so they can eat the cake.
Yeah.
And they spiral down, 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 despite doing all the things. So this happens with making money as an entrepreneur. If you've got a set point that says, I just have to get to 10K months, then you possibly will do that. But once you're there, you then have to create a new set point, which is I am going to create 20K months.
Yeah.
The thing is, the personality that they've got at the moment is only making them 10K months.
Yeah.
So they have to update their entire personality, their entire way of thinking. All of the programs need upgrading to hit 20K months. And again, for 50K months, for 100K months, for $250,000 months, they need to consistently upgrade their personality or their personal reality.
Yeah.
The thing is, the large societal program says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, which effectively means people can't change. We know that people can change.
Yeah, I think it's probably my biggest pet peeve is the that's just the way I am. It's like, no, it absolutely is not. And
the way you're choosing to be in this very moment.
Yes. And
not
I want to give
the way you are.
I want to give another example is like the classic example of, and I used to work in the fitness industry, so it's just like so top of mind, is when you consciously want to create more for yourself or you want to start a different, like, new year, new me.
Oh, yes.
Perfect example, right? So the conscious version of you that wants more, that is like, yes, of course I can do that. Of course I can achieve more. You set the alarm the night before you go to bed, right? Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to hit 10,000 steps.
Yep.
And you go to bed and you wake up and your alarm goes off and you roll over and you hit snooze. Yet that's the unconscious old program that's hitting snooze. Yeah. Because later in the day, like you'll hit snooze and then you'll hit snooze again, then you'll hit snooze. Like everybody knows that person that hits snooze 50,000 times. And you're like, why don't you just like put your alarm later and have more sleep? No, but I want to get up and go to the gym. Then get up and go to the gym. Like, what do you mean? You're literally losing out in both scenarios here. You're not getting the sleep and you're not getting the steps, which is just hilarious. And though this happens all the freaking time. And so
they do that though because it creates the secondary program, which is I'm tired.
Yeah, and I'm trying.
And I'm trying.
They can stay in this like perpetual state of, but life's hard and I'm a victim because I am trying.
I did set my alarm.
But Katie, I set the alarm and it's going off and I just can't get up. It's like, well, you can.
You're choosing not to.
You're choosing not to because you're choosing to run the old program.
And it's exactly the same with money. I just want to put in on that point. If you want 100K months and you're currently not getting 100K months, it's because you're choosing to not get 100K months.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not choosing the habits and the behaviors and you're not choosing the thoughts and the feelings. Yeah. And I was having this conversation with clients a couple of weeks ago and we may have spoken about it on the podcast or maybe we just spoke about it in general, in regards to, I feel like in entrepreneurship, people speak a lot about needing to be disciplined. Yes. And absolutely you need to be disciplined of your habits and disciplined with your behaviors. And if you set the alarm, freaking get up and do the thing. And more than anything, it's having discipline of thought. It's going, what is this thought actually creating? Knowing that our thoughts literally are creating in every single moment. What are you creating?
You have to be a guardian at the gate of your own thoughts. And what that means is when there's a thought that's not in alignment with the goal, how can you reframe that thought? How can you act from something differently to that thought in that moment, right then and there?
Yeah.
Not fixing it later. Doing it now.
Yeah.
Everything happens in the now. And we teach this in our integrated NLP training, right? We teach you what is the program that you're running? What are the actions and behaviors of that program? And as we start to reinstall the new program, we talk about the actions and behaviors of the new program. Now, if you go home and never implement any of the thoughts, feelings, or actions, then nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
You just came to a 7-day rah-rah seminar that felt good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? There's work that gets done. This is teaching you the skills. Then you have to actually implement it. And the way we do that is we integrate it. So we build it into your life during our training because that's the only way you can actually change your personal reality.
Yeah, it has to be it's a lived thing. It has to be a conscious choice every single day to run the new program. Yeah. And the analogy that I have always utilized I did it even before I did NLP. And I know it's NLP, which is hilarious that I ended up like teaching and being in this lifestyle. Yeah. Is if you imagine like a piece of wood and you've got a metal tool and you dig a groove into the wood. It's like that's what you've done throughout the course of your life. Say you're 30 years old right now. Like for the last 30 years, you've been digging in a particular program if you haven't done any of this kind of work before. Yeah. And so you've got this really deep, well-worn groove. when you come to a training like what we do, we actually get to create a new groove. So you start like digging in a new groove. And if you imagine now a marble that's in that new groove and it's on that piece of wood, if you go home and something happens, or you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm a little bit tired, imagine that piece of like wood starts to shake and move around. Through that, the marble that's in that new groove may fall into that deep, well-worn groove. It may want to run that old program, and it takes conscious choice to recognize it. This is where self-awareness is so important. To recognize it, grab that marble and go, hang on, I'm going to choose the new program because I've got clarity around what are the thoughts, what are the feelings, what are the behaviors, so that I can consciously choose to run the new program.
Which essentially gives you a new personality.
Yes.
Because you have actually changed.
Yeah, which is where, oh my God, you're a new person? What do you mean? Is that easy?
So if we look at money as this main example that we're using here, and we look at that identity ceiling, if someone is self-sabotaging, in other words, they're not booking sales calls, they're not creating the drive they need in their business, they're not following the steps that they've created for themselves and outlined for themselves, really, self-sabotage is not, I want to attack myself. That's not the conscious thought behind self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage is I'm unwilling to become the new identity. I'm running this from the old identity, and the old identity doesn't have the strategy. The old identity doesn't have the resources. The old identity doesn't have the vision. The vision came to you when you allowed yourself to dream outside your current reality.
Yep.
You know, when I decided I wanted to be a millionaire, I dreamed outside my current reality.
Yeah, I love it. It's that like you've got to be delusional. Like let yourself be delusional.
Yeah. And then you have to actually act delusional too.
Yes.
You have to do the thoughts, feelings, and actions of that person who has that thing that you don't yet have before you get it. It's that whole concept of success demands to be paid in full up front.
Yeah. Paid in full in advance every single time.
Every single time. So the thoughts, behaviors, feelings, actions, and the big one, environment, have to change because otherwise your identity doesn't change. Your personality, your personal reality doesn't change. And if you're hitting an income ceiling and you just keep touching it, maybe just spiking over it every now and then, it's because you're still behaving from the old identity.
Yeah.
And the whole thing we do at Integrated NLP is upgrade identities.
Yeah, absolutely.
And help people become who they want to actually be rather than what their family asks them to be.
Yeah, or who they've like stumbled into.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation with somebody today in my DMs that's like curious around NLP, right? And I was saying to him like, well, the great thing about like NLP and coming to do something like this, particularly with us, because it's this like beautiful like cross section of time where it's like you're in this bubble. You're in this vortex and you're right here with us. Like when in your life, like I want our listeners, if you haven't been to one of our trainings, when in your life have you ever dedicated freaking 10 minutes where it's been
to one thing
fully about you and what you want to create and who you want to be? Like we go through life typically, and I'm speaking in general terms here, we go through life like you go to school and then you potentially go to university and then you get a career and then you go to work and then you have a family, and it's like, who are you in all of that? And are you actually actively choosing, or are you just the person that you are just because that's how you are?
The shoes were laid out for you and you stepped into the shoes.
Yes.
The thing is you never picked them.
Maybe you want sparkly shoes.
Yes. Maybe you want really high heels. Maybe you want flat runners.
Maybe you want Birkenstocks.
Ew.
Maybe you want adventure sandals. I used to have a pair of adventure sandals.
Adventure sandals.
That's what I called them. Someone actually stole them on Cooley Beach, just side note. If you're listening, I want them back.
I'm really glad that happened.
You actually would be. You would have hated them. You would have absolutely hated them. But you want to know what? Grace, who's also on the team, that's how we originally bonded. She went and bought the same sandals before I knew her.
I remember that.
She went and bought the same sandals. And then like next thing, you know, I was talking at her school and then she's been like client forever and now she's like in the team.
Well, I much prefer you in a pair of pumps.
Yeah, these are hot.
They look great.
They do look great. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So do you mean that you used to have adventure sandals and then you upgraded your personal reality into
now we're stilettos?
Stilettos. Mm-hmm. And at the same time that you did that, you also are making loads of money.
Yeah, I could talk about it. Every episode, I'm like, NLP changed my freaking life. Like, just come. What do you mean? Just come and do it. Because quite literally, I think about like baby Katie. Like, bless.
She was super cute.
It was really cute when I came into the training.
She was
oh my God.
so super sweet.
Remember I wore like activewear every day. Like
No,
fitness
one
was
day,
my
on
identity.
the last day you wore that pretty dress.
Can't even remember.
It was frilly with flowers.
Oh yeah, I
She
do
would
remember.
never wear a frilly flower dress now.
I probably wouldn't be caught dead in it now, and that's a tick to upgrading the identity. But yeah, like literally, like I am the best
She's the
case
poster
study
child.
that I have right here because I'm like, I grew up in a low socioeconomic environment.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things that I would attribute, actually the three biggest things that I attribute to my success, number one is changing my environment.
Yeah.
So initially it was coming up and doing this training.
Yeah.
And like, I find it amazing. I'm like, careful of my language here. I'm like, I do find it amazing that people like desire a sales call to come and do this because that's just not my personality. Because I think about when I signed up, literally a girlfriend sent me the link and said, this is kind of like a Tony Robbins event. I know you've been wanting to go to him. Maybe you should check this out. I literally scanned the website and I was like, you know what? I'm in. That was it. And then a couple of days later, Jack called me, who's a part of the nurture team, called me and I was like, why are you calling me? Like it was I'm like, what do you mean? I'm coming. Like,
because some people like connection.
yeah, I'm like, hi visual, I'm already in. What do you mean? What are you doing? So it's like that I saw an opportunity where I was like, this looks like an incredible experience. One, I'm going to have a heap of fun.
Yeah.
And two, I'm actually going to learn about personal development, which I freaking have loved my whole life.
Yes.
And like, I want to be better. Like I grew up looking at, like, love them to death, looking at my two big sisters who at the time when I was growing up were absolute rat bags. We're all legends now. And I'm glad that that's recorded. Absolute legends. However, growing up, they were rat bags.
Yeah.
Like they were going down like the party and the boys and the making questionable decisions. And I saw that and I was like, that is a program that I choose not to run.
Yeah.
So where is the next one, you know? So I've always had this mentality of how can I be better? How can I do better? How can I choose differently so I can get a different outcome? So when the opportunity came up to come in the room, I'm like, of course I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Yet even the version of me that stepped into the room, like, bless her.
She was cute.
Oh my God. I think about like, imagine me walking into the room now. Like, imagine me meeting little me. I'd be like, babe, are you good? Like, we need to sort this out. Like, what the fuck are you wearing?
What are you wearing? What's going on with your hair?
And you're so cute. Come here.
And can you just step into your power now? Because like, it would be great if you could.
If we could do that like really soon, that'd be really great. And to be fair, I literally walked out and was like,
powerful.
I'm on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally on.
This
and
is the thing.
such
People
a glitch.
ask, is NLP, like, do you flick a switch? And I always say you don't. However, you can.
You can.
Right?
But we
This
don't
is
flick the
thing.
switch.
We don't flick it for you.
We show you where it is.
We show you the switch. We tell you how to access the switch. We tell you how to connect the switch to the power.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose not to ever turn it on, it doesn't work. And it's just the same with that income ceiling.
Yes.
Millions of people can show you exactly how to do it, how to break through it, how to get to the next level, unless you're embodied in it. Mm-hmm. Unless you can disconnect those old programs, unless you can allow the patterns to disappear, you're never going to fully step in.
Yep.
Which means that you might spike above it, but you're not going to consistently stay above it.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the thing, is the motivation will eventually run out.
Mm-hmm.
Like motivation's great and you can listen to motivational speeches, you can get yourself revved up, you can do all those things, but eventually motivation runs out. And when motivation runs out, you'll experience burnout. And that's when people tend to quit. If your identity is upgraded first, like I said, that's actually what we do in NLP, is we upgrade your identity, your way of thinking, the way of actions, the way of your behavior, the way that your thoughts happen, the way your feelings happen. If you upgrade your identity first, then it's actually just easy.
Yeah, it really
because
is.
the new identity can hold the new idea. Yeah? And then I think about, like, it's great to have this awareness that you're not hitting the ceiling. But if your awareness is I'm not hitting the ceiling, I'm not going through the ceiling, I'm not making what I could, then your awareness is of not.
Yeah.
Which means that you know how to do it and you're just not.
And you're choosing not
It's
to do
a
it.
choice. Whenever there's something that you can't do, it's a choice. You haven't created the identity. Who can?
Yeah. Action and embodiment really is it's the secret sauce. Like it's the missing ingredient that I see with a lot of people and even a lot of clients like
Absolutely.
that are new in our world, right?
Yeah.
And I've had this discussion with a lot of, particularly our Elevate crew, because it's that you can have all of the cognitive awareness and I'm a nerd. I love learning. I'm a big nerd. I'm a big advocate for going out and learning new things. Like I love having the cognitive awareness of why. Like, what's the hidden structure behind here? Like, what's the strategy that's at play? Like, I'm a nerd on that.
And yet it's useless.
It is completely useless.
Absolutely useless if you never actually do the thing.
Yes. So this is what I was talking about with my Elevate clients. So I was saying to them, like, you guys all know what to do from a like cognitive awareness standpoint. Like, you absolutely know what to do. And majority of them have this like deep like feeling in their gut of this like knowing I'm meant for more. So it's like, okay,
they know they're
two.
on a mission and they know their mission is true. They know that it's their path.
Yes, you've ticked 2 boxes here, which is great. I love that for you. Shit all is going to change until you actually do something. You have to take the action.
You have to become them.
You have to show your nervous system and your body that, here's evidence that I can embody this new identity that I've drawn in the pretty triangles of like, what are the thoughts, what are the feelings, what are the behaviors, what environment do I need to be in? That's great. When are you actually going to do the thing? Because when you take the action and you give yourself the evidence, that's when you really are digging into that new groove. That's when your body goes, I can run this program on autopilot now.
But how do I trust myself to do it?
Honestly, I feel like trust, it's made up. It's woozy wagazi, just do the thing.
Yeah, here's the thing. The way you learn how to trust yourself is do the thing
And
so that
realize you
you're
didn't
actually a woman of your word, a man of your word. If you say you're going to do something, actually do it. That's what builds self-trust.
Literally.
It's not some feeling about trust. It's actually, I said I was going to do this and I did it.
Yeah. And
I can trust myself.
If you've ever done anything like scary or edgy, and like we can talk about it even through the lens of like comfort zones. It's like if you move into that like, oh my God, there's the red zone of death, and then you cross it and you realize that you didn't die. It's like, fuck, I wish I did that like 10 years ago. Yeah. Like it's that ability to go, okay, like what is the worst thing that can happen? Okay, great. Run that for 5% of the time. Run the timeline and go, oh, actually, okay, maybe someone will laugh at me. Maybe someone will send this video into a group chat, and maybe someone will mention something on the street. Are you going to die? No. Okay, great. Then let's put the other 95% of the energy on what happens if it actually goes right. Like what happens when you win? What happens when it blows up?
People are so focused on what could go wrong that they forget to look at what could go right. And really, when you're first starting out, it's a 50-50 chance. Mm-hmm. I reckon I'd want to focus my 50% on what could go right.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where that delusional piece comes in, right?
Yes.
So you want to remain delusional. And this is like, I always say, you want to have 1 foot in gratitude, 1 foot in desire. It's like, life is freaking great. What do you mean? We live in Australia.
1 in delusion, 1 in practicality.
Yes. It's like, what is the action that I'm actually taking? What am I choosing to take now? And like, we talk a lot with our business clients specifically around what's your bare ass minimum? What's the BAM that you need to do in your business every single day? How can you wake up and just do those freaking things?
And how can you behave like the person who would? So for example, if you want to be a millionaire in your business, you want to make sure that your spare time in the evening, if you don't have clients, is dedicated to learning about business.
Yes.
Right? Because you don't become a millionaire just by being good at social media. No. Right? Like, and by the way, when you first become a millionaire, you probably don't have $1 million in your bank.
Can everyone write that down?
Like one of the funniest things, and I know it's just happened to you this week, Katie, like one of the funniest things is that when you have money, people ask you for it. Like I randomly got asked, could I pay someone's house mortgage? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I know this week you got asked whether you could help someone out with some money because we posted the story about how you did $1 million in 8 months. And it's like, no, because that money is already allocated to the growth and development of others. It's already allocated, like we have our charity allocations already set out for the year. It's already allocated to our families. It's already allocated to our staff. Like everything's already allocated because we actually plan and organize and implement and evaluate our money.
It's actually my favorite thing.
Yes.
I love it. I freaking love it. I love when I get to go, oh, yay. Like, let's sit down and you get to go over here and you get to go over there and you
this
get to
bit's
go
going
down
in
here.
that account.
Yes. And it's that analogy I know we use it a lot in the training room of like, if money's walking down the street, where is it going to feel most accommodated? And like, I know I'm going to have a really great stay if I go and stay with Katie and Liz. Like, we have got, like, they're staying at the freaking Ritz-Carlton when they come and hang out with us. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, so there's like a towel on the end of the bed and like here, and like your friends can come. Oh my God, there's so much room. All your friends can come.
All your friends
and
can
you're going to have the best time. And yeah, you can go out whenever you like. Like, you can just come back in whenever you get home. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to wake anybody up. It's all good. Like, well, it's great here. It's so accommodating. Whereas I know a lot of people, and the old mentality I had, particularly growing up, was money's in the street, like, bag it.
Like, quick, chop it, bring it inside and let me hold it.
Chain it up.
Keep it there because you might lose it if you don't chain it up right there.
Do you think money wants to come back?
Money doesn't want to go to that house.
Do you think it's going out telling its friends, hey, great time over there, you get chained to a radiator? Like, no way. Like, we can laugh and joke about it. However, this is actually lesson.
True, though.
There is such a lesson in this. Like,
the river of abundance needs to flow freely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs to flow through freely. That's actually how it works. It comes in, it goes out. If you're trying to trap money, it's because you only have a small room for money. You're trying to keep it in there. Make the room bigger so that it can move around.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I really want to drive home one particular point in this. Yeah. And I know that we've driven home hard a few points. Like, I looked at your hand before and then I looked at mine and I was like,
that? Oh, we're both doing this.
We're both on the listen.
Please listen. You know what? Okay, I think it's worth speaking about why we want them to listen, though.
Yeah.
The thing is life is actually so good when you're in alignment and you're doing what you love. So if you know that you love running your business, then listen to what we're telling you, because we know that you love running your business and we want your business to be successful so that you keep running it so that you can impact more people.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we get, I can see my hands now. Like, actually listen to it from people who know what they're talking about.
Yes. Yeah. We want as much money as possible in the hands of brilliant people.
The world changes when the money is controlled by people who care.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people out there that care very deeply, yet because of their own unconscious programming, they never actually hit the jackpot. Mm-hmm. They try really hard and then eventually they burn out and give up. And the way around that is literally to come and do integrated NLP.
Yeah.
Change those old programs. Recognize that you're valuable, you're worthy, you're actually capable, and start behaving from the thoughts, feelings, and actions of that person so that your whole world can change and the world can change.
And I think a question I'd really love to leave people with is the version of you that knows that you're worthy of more, what would they do?
Yes, great question.
And like, what's the more selfish thing to do? Stay small or put yourself in the room for 7 days so that you can have that undeniable feeling of worthiness so that you can then help other people achieve that too.